Hey everyone, welcome to December. Welcome to this space. It's always nice to have time to be able to talk to you guys and to connect with my ancestors while you guys are listening or viewing. I really enjoy giving you guys these messages. This is for the sign of Aries, or not Aries, I'm sorry, Taurus. Sorry. I just read for the sign of Aries. I'm so sorry. So sorry if Aries is kind of just stuck in my brain right now. But this is for the sign of Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising signs. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to winter season for those of us who are in the Northern Hemisphere. I believe if you're not in the Northern Hemisphere right now, you're experiencing the summertime, depending on where you are in the world. But either way, these messages can resonate with either of you out there. Take what resonates, leave what does not, though. This is for sidereal and Western astrological charts, so please bear that in mind. And check your moon and your rising placements for deeper resonance. We are going to be talking about the Sagittarius new moon this month of December on the 19th. It may be a day early or day before or a day after, depending on where you are in the world. But from where I am, it's on the 19th of December. And we're going to talk about what it's going to bring to you for the next 30 days. And we're also going to talk about, what you guys may have been thinking about, what you guys have been feeling up until this time for the past 6 to 12 months. And we're just going to go ahead and see what my ancestors have to say to you guys for this Sagittarius new moon energy and the overall forecast that they see from their end of the skies. Okay, so those born under the constellation of Taurus and their sun, moon, and rising signs, ancestors of light, messengers of light, please bring us messages for my beautiful Taurus people out there. We are exiting the year of the snake, a year number 9, which is a year full of endings, truth being revealed, lies being exposed, okay? Darkness being cleared and investigated within ourselves as well. Ego being destroyed and brought down. Demons being faced, okay? So let's see, Taurus. And we are entering a year of the fire horse in 2026, which is a year number 1 or number 10. It's a year of creation. There we go. Taurus. You received card number 16, or card, you can also see this as the number 7. Lewis's woodpecker, watching a clever critter's intelligence. So this may be a good time for you to educate yourself on something that you've never known before, taking some classes, watching some YouTube videos. There's maybe reading some books. There's a lot of knowledge out there, you guys. So Taurus, this might be a good time for you to pick up a book or, go out, take a class. Get to understand the world around you in ways that you never thought possible. Maybe there is something that you really, really wanted to deepen your knowledge about. And now during this, the next 30 days under this Sagittarius new moon, you might decide, you know what, let me go ahead and, do some research. Let me look up some articles. Let me see what these scientists are saying, or, maybe you're into birds. Maybe you're into bird watching. Maybe you want to learn more about national parks. Maybe you want to learn more about vegetables, fruits. Maybe you want to learn something about botany or herbalism, anything about plants and their capabilities, their benefits. anything scientific. You may want to learn something about chemistry or physics. Maybe you want to do more research on art of all kinds. Okay. Fashion, animation, fine art, acrylic painting, oil painting, watercolor, sketching. Maybe you want to learn something about the medical field or medicine. I don't know. There's so much out there. There's so much out there that you guys can learn. And so I think that this would be a very, very great time to take advantage of any knowledge that is placed in front of you. Okay. Yeah, I think that's great. Some of you guys, maybe you guys just want to learn more about yourselves. Maybe you want to learn more about your family or your genetics, genealogy. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have identification book, mastering a resilient tools knowledge. What did I just say? Read a book. Go to the library. Get yourself a library card. Right? Some of you guys might end up falling in love with a certain type of writing or a certain type of author's writing, and you just end up reading a lot of their books, if not all of them. Right? Some of you guys might be in school right now or thinking about going to school and getting a degree or getting certified in a certain field or in a certain skill. This is great, you guys. I love to see it. Now, this can also be where, like, once again, let's go back to the more spiritual or emotional aspects. Like, maybe there's something more that you want to know about yourself, about your family, generational karma. Maybe you want to learn more about how to heal yourself. Okay. How to grow from trauma. Maybe you start reading some books when it comes to grief. If you've lost someone or if you are grieving over a relationship that didn't work out. There's a lot here that this card is speaking about when it comes to knowledge. This can also be spiritual knowledge. You can be tapping into frequencies and energies that books cannot teach you to tap into. Okay? Either way, whatever this knowledge is, it's going to grow you. It's going to enrich you and your life and those around you as well who are willing to be open to that energy. And whenever you open yourself to learning new things, you also open the gates to a community. You open the gate to other people of like mind who are looking and searching for the same things, the same type of knowledge, the same type of growth and abundance from within. Okay? So, and it can just be as simple as learning how to bake, learning how to cook something. Just really putting your nose into a book and really learning how to master something. That's great. I really love that. All right, Taurus, let's see. Let's pull another oracle message for you guys, and then we're going to hop into the tarot. Let's see. Ancestors for Taurus, sun, moon, and rising signs for this December new moon in Sagittarius. What more do they need to understand about themselves? What advice and encouragement can you grant them at this time, ancestors of light, messengers of light, for those born under the constellation of Taurus, sun, moon, and rising signs for the Sagittarius new moon? This is the last new moon of the year, you guys. Make it count. Make it count, okay? Rest yourselves. Expand your mind. Expand your knowledge. Think about where you want to travel. Think about what more you want to know about if there's someone that you're trying to date, or if there's somebody that you are dating, or maybe this is your significant other that you've been with for a long time. Maybe there's something that there's some knowledge that's going to come out, some information that's going to be given to you that's going to really help you understand this person on a deeper level. And then you also will understand yourself a little bit more and how to deal with this. And again, this can also be like if there was a loss in a relationship or you broke up with somebody, maybe this can also include you gaining a better understanding of what was really going on back then and why things weren't working out, why things didn't pan out the way you thought it was. It just depends. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. So, when it comes to knowledge, this, from my experience in life, the more I know, the more I've learned, the more I have let go of control in my life. There are certain things that you have to learn about life in order for life to flow. And when you're gaining more knowledge about things, when you're open to knowledge, it kind of humbles you into realizing that you don't know everything. That there's so much knowledge out there, and that if there is an energy that you struggle with, Taurus, or if you're struggling with somebody in your life who's always right in their eyes, in their mind, you know, you may, and if this is you, opening yourself up to knowledge and a new perspective on something, whether it be in live conversation or just in a book that you're reading or a video that you're watching, when you open yourself up and you open that gateway to knowledge, you realize that you really know nothing, right? Or at least you realize that there is no possible way that you can know everything. That it's okay to be wrong. This also opens up the conversation of, okay, do I really know what I'm talking about? Is this logic and truth talking, or is this just my ego? And again, this can be vice versa. Maybe you're dealing with that type of energy in a person where their ego speaks before logic. So this is a good time to let go of control. If you don't know something, that's fine. Do the research so that you do know. If you make assumptions about someone, you know, they're acting like this because A, B, C, or D, you may not know. You may not know why someone is acting the way they're acting, right? Maybe you look at a past relationship and you feel, well, it didn't work out because A, B, C, or D. Well, do you truly know that? Have you gotten your closure? Have you gotten that information? Were you communicating within that relationship to really understand what was going on with that person? And it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friendship. It could be a family relationship that just didn't, like, it just kind of broke off. There was a disconnect. Okay? And if this is your current relationship now with a family member, friend, or a significant other right now, communication is key. In order to gain knowledge, you have to apply yourself, right? You have to ask questions. Even if it's a hard question, you got to ask and be like, hey, I would like to know why you think this way, or I would like to know how I can help you understand me better. But at the same time, you and the other party involved have to be open to the answer, right? You have to be open to, and even if, you know, the answer, you know, if it's more about like pointing fingers at each other, you know, if there's someone who's just like, I just don't understand you, I don't know why you think this way or that way, you know, it's like, well, you can't really get anywhere with that either, right? There has to be some type of conversation, mature conversation, about differences. I'm also getting that as well. But others of you, I'm also getting, okay, on a more surface level note, you're just going to school, or you're thinking about going to school. This is a good time for you to do that. Okay, from a Sagittarius season moving into Capricorn season. It's a good time to, you know, pull out your notebooks, pull out your planner, go to the library, get you a book, or go to the bookstore, buy you a book. Just start studying, right? It's a good time to do that. Okay? Let's pull some tarot, you guys. Let's see. Also, just asking questions. If this is not you necessarily getting a book, buying a book or getting it from the library, it could just be somebody who just recommends a book. They're just like, hey, read this book. This really helped me out, right? Or it can just be you just sitting down with somebody and they're just, you know, they share their experience with you and you're just like, wow, I never thought of it that way. It's like when some of you guys may have experienced or may experience during the next 30 days, someone shares something and you're like, wow, like I feel so much more at peace knowing that, right? I just really get this feeling, Taurus, that your worries are going to be laid to rest, or, you know, you not having closure about something for some of you, you're finally going to get some type of closure. Maybe not directly from the person, but you may find out something that you didn't know. And you're like, oh, this is why. This is why. And you can just move forward in peace with that information. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's pull 3 tarot cards, you guys. We're going to pull 3 tarot cards, and then we are going to clarify them towards the end of your reading. Ancestors of light, messengers of light. This is for Taurus. What more do you have to speak to Taurus about regarding their forecast for this December new moon in Sagittarius? Let's see, you guys. So far, this is very positive, okay? So far, this is very positive. However, this can definitely be a hit to the ego depending on the knowledge that is coming out and how you perceive that knowledge, how you receive that knowledge, okay? Or how someone else receives it. We have the 10 of Cups. This is definite ultimate wish fulfillment. Okay, this can pertain to family. There is a lot of abundance in knowledge. When you let go of control, because the 10 of Cups is also about just the ebb and flow of love, just the flow of emotions, the flow of abundance and prosperity from within, okay? This is not necessarily about, you know, money. This is about how you feel about, for example, how you feel about money. This is about how you feel about the information that has been given to you. And I think you're going to feel very positive, or it's going to feel very liberating. So this is about the feeling surrounding something. Your soul will feel liberated and feel at home. So whatever answers you seek, whatever answers are given, it will liberate you. It will liberate you. Okay? Because for so long, some of you guys with the Emperor, you guys have worked really hard, blood, sweat, and tears. But you stood your ground, right? Others of you, I see this in your past, or, you know, maybe just naturally, you guys are very stubborn. I mean, you guys are Tauruses, for those of you who are watching this as Taurus sun signs or rising signs, but very stubborn. Naturally, you guys just have a very confident and, you know, stern, very forceful type of energy. You are not to be moved when it comes to how you think and how you feel, right? Some of you guys are easily angered, easily emotional, when you are faced with someone telling you that you're wrong, when you're faced with your weaknesses, right? But when you look at the Emperor, we see someone who's very strong. No one can challenge him, right? But we really don't know what's going on underneath it all. How the Emperor got to where he is, right? Whether you're male or female. So people may perceive you a certain way, but what's going on deep down inside and what has happened to you, that's the part that you probably don't like people to see. The Emperor is all about control, controlling what he needs to control, but also sometimes the Emperor is somebody who's controlling a little bit too much, controlling things that he should not control at all. Okay? So yes, you know a lot, Taurus. You know a lot. You're very smart, but you don't know everything. Okay? That's where the journey begins. If you want to know something, ask questions, but be open to the answers. Okay? Let's pull 2 more tarot cards, you guys, and we're going to clarify in just a moment for this Sagittarius new moon. Let's see. For for Aries. Okay? It's a lot of cards, but we'll pull the first one up top. Page of Cups. Sorry, you guys. We have a leaf blower outside. Hopefully that is not distracting. But we have a Page of Cups. More cups. So this is showing me here that, again, your feelings. Learning about your feelings. You may have somebody who has a message for you from the heart. You may have had somebody who's been trying to tell you something from the past from their heart, and you may not have been listening because you may have felt, I already know what was going on. You don't have to tell me. But there may be somebody who's actually really trying to get you to understand something, Taurus. And it can be vice versa, where maybe you're the one, you have had a message or have had something that you've wanted to tell someone. And maybe you just don't really have the words. You're not really sure how to say it. Okay. I'm also seeing with the Page of Cups, you may not understand your emotions that well. You're still very young in your emotions, and there's the need to mature emotionally here. There's a lot to learn, right? And you may be a little bit slow moving with that. You know, it may take you a minute, you know, or maybe this is another person. Maybe it just takes them a minute to really understand how they really feel. And that can be kind of frustrating for you. Okay. All right, Taurus, 1 more card, and then we're going to start clarifying. Sorry, guys, I keep this person with their leaf blower is very loud. I really hope that that's not really coming through on the microphone. That's really annoying, but that's okay. And again, just like what's just happening right now with the leaf blower, it could be that there's just certain things that really bug you and you're just like, oh, why is this happening? But maybe there's just that moment where you just need to just quiet yourself, take a few deep breaths and be like, I don't understand why this is happening, but it's happening and it's okay. I'm just going to take control of my emotions and my frustration, and, you know, maybe just coming to the conclusion, you know, people are just doing what they feel they need to do in their lives, and I'm just in the middle of it, right? Just kind of understanding how to gain a knowledge inside of yourself on how to control your emotions surrounding someone or something. All right, so you received the next card. Sorry, it fell on the floor. Let me grab it. 2 of Swords. Okay. So for those of you who want to know if there's a specific sign, you have Libra here with the 2 of Swords, you have Pisces, and you have Scorpio. Oh, actually, no, I read this as Cancer, but it can be Scorpio as well because it's transformative. Okay. So bottom of the deck, you have wish fulfillment, the Nine of Cups. So there's a lot of abundance here for you, Taurus, for sure, when it comes to gaining knowledge and truth being revealed and information being given to you from someone. Okay? But there's definitely a decision that you need to make mentally. There's like this decision or a change in perspective that is needed. Okay? I do sense that overall, you guys, you're doing fine emotionally. Like, you know, there's, for those of you who are doing fine, it's like, you know, I'm not saying that you guys are unhappy or anything, or, you know, but it's like, you know, for the most part, you guys try your best to keep it together, right? But then there's still that energy of wanting to control everything. And then when this one little thing happens, it's like you're kind of met with this like challenge, right? But you guys are very strong. You guys can definitely see yourselves through these challenges here. Just let go of this, the notion that you have to know, be in the loop about everything. Some of you guys just don't like being in the dark. You know, you don't like really connecting to, some of you guys don't really, you don't mind connecting with your emotions, but there comes a point where it's too, it gets a little bit too dark and a little bit too deep for you. And you're just like, yeah, I'm not really ready to face that right now. That's too much for me. There could also be that happening as well. And that's where the challenge lies. Let's go ahead and clarify the Ten of Cups for you guys really quickly. Ten of Cups for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the Sagittarius, New Moon ancestors. Ooh. Yeah, so with the Ten of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords. So yeah, when it comes to this liberation with the Ten of Cups, when it comes to your family, like how you feel about your family, how you feel about your friends, how you feel about where you live, how you feel about your job, it's like you kind of feel, if I go too far in stepping into my emotions, you start to feel unsafe. You just kind of start to feel like, ugh, like some of you guys have a hard time, like you don't like crying. That can be for one of you or a number of you, but I just get the sense when it comes to this emotional liberation, it's like, it's really, that is a challenge for you. That's a challenge for you. But you guys can be very giving as people. Like you're very giving because you have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You're very giving, right? You're very abundant in, you know, how you live your life for the most part. At least that's how people see you. But like deep down, you still kind of feel like stuck in something. Or not even like, but you can get yourself out of it. That's why I like seeing the Eight of Swords. It's like it's all in your head, a lot of it, and you're not in danger, but you feel like, you know, if I go too deep into this or if I face this, then like, I don't know, maybe you feel like your weaknesses are going to be shown and you may feel embarrassed, but it's like, this is what's going to bless you in the long run. Let's go ahead and clarify the Page of the Page of Cups. Let's clarify the Page of Cups for you guys. Page of Cups for Taurus ancestors. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So you have the Sun. So there may be a Leo as well, an Aquarius, a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Libra. But I see here that you're very childlike in your emotions. Some of you guys like to tell a lot of jokes, like you kind of cover up your emotions by telling jokes and not taking things too seriously, because I see the Sun card as childlike. You know, like even though this is an adult, it could be a teenager, like just bouncing a ball, like using the Sun as a play toy. It's like not a care in the world, right? Just light-footed. Yeah, so it's like, you know, some of you guys could try to mask your emotions by just joking around and being childlike, and that might be part of your charm. Could be something about your personality that stands out to people. Let's see what this challenge is all about. Let's see, Taurus, for this Two of Swords. What is this Two of Swords talking about, ancestors, for this Sagittarius new moon in December for Taurus? Because it's interesting that, you know, in the Sun card and yeah, okay, so we have the Tower. Yeah. So there are some things that have happened that you didn't expect, some changes that you didn't expect, and they challenged you greatly. Others of you can expect that in the next 30 days, where there's just some things that may challenge you mentally, and you're like, I didn't ask for this, or this is not what I was anticipating. But it's needed. The more you hold on to, the more you keep this mask on, you know, the more challenging it can be for you, Taurus. Open yourself to new perspectives. Open yourself to knowledge. Let go of control and feeling that you need to know every single thing that's going on, or every single thing that you think is happening with somebody. Open yourself to empathy and happiness and liberating yourself from your own negative thoughts, or, you know, your own controlling thoughts, because when this Tower moment happens, or if it's already happened, it's actually pushing for change towards smoother waters, okay? Towards calmer waters, okay? So just bear that in mind. Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.